Alright, what's going on, everyone? We are back with the NHL 08 Dynasty mode with the Carolina Hurricanes. We're going to get this whole year. Curtis Joseph has signed. We have our backup goalie. He's going to drop, but we'll address that issue in the next offseason as well. We're going to try to get this whole first year of simulating done. It's wild how much more efficient the line changes and roster moves and all that got as the games progressed, but there are a lot of things in these older games that are just better than the new age games. Alright, through October, we are below 500, and that is definitely not ideal. Oh, Eric Stahl is really happy with the organization. That's good. We need that to continue. Oof, we're the 16th most profitable team. Our attendance is really low. It's probably because we haven't been winning games, so I'm probably going to have to go lower the ticket prices a little bit. Oh, yeah, the projected attendance has gone down as well. Ooh, we're trash. 55 bucks. Dude, 55 bucks to get you in an NHL game? We are going to update our scouting assignment. We only have a third and a fourth round pick, so it's not really crucial. Let's scout the fourth round in the United States. Alright, let's take it into December. Hopefully November is more friendly to us than October was. We need to go on a win streak here. How do we lose against the fucking Thrashers? Who is that? Oh. Holy shit, man. This is... I thought we were going to be able to turn it around and maybe the simulation was just being weird at first, but I think at this point the team is not great. I'm going to have to make some line changes come December. Yeah, that's bad. UC Jokinen's been out. Alright, since I had to put UC Jokinen back in, I'm probably just going to go ahead and make some line changes here. We're going to put Eric Cole on the top line with Justin Williams. Eric Stahl is going to drop down to the second center. I'm sorry about your ice time. I hope you're still happy with me. Jordan Stahl, third line center. And yeah, we'll go UC Jokinen on the second line. Oh, Jordan Stahl is more than a point per game. Holy sh... It's the first line is the problem. Yeah, the first line. Oh, that's not good, man. That is not good for the first line. Yeah, the second line was dominating. Eric Cole, Jordan, and Tuomo. We're going to try this. Eric Cole and Justin Williams on the wings with brind'amour. Eric Stahl is now on the second line center with Tuomo and UC Jokinen. Jordan Stahl's been moved down. That's crazy. He's probably our point leader for the whole team, but he's got to be moved down to the third. We're losing. We're losing. I don't care about your points if we're losing. Hello? I mean, what the fuck has it been doing? It's been charging for days. For literally days. No. What's crazy about this is that we've had 18 regulation losses. Literally can't even get a game to overtime. Like, we are getting 0 points from any overtime games at all. We're getting our ass beat almost every game. It's not even close. Like, we're not even keeping the games close to be able to make it to overtime. Regulation losses at 20 in December? That's really bad. There's almost no way we make the playoffs at this point, I don't think. Is there a glitch in the game? You're telling me we're going to lose 20 games in regulation without getting to overtime once? Oh, Cam Ward's been injured with a torn hamstring. February 2nd. Yeah, okay. Oh. All right, just like that, Curtis Joseph is the guy. Could have been you, Ed Belfour. Could have been you. You could have had the playing time you so desired. Again with another regulation loss. I think there's something just wrong with this simulation to where it just won't even allow a simulated game to go into overtime. This sucks. To trade away your draft picks and to trade away all this, and then to just miss the playoffs because you're garbage. Like, come on, man. How bad is the financial report? Dear Mr. Girdington, you're 22nd in the league profit-wise now. We've just been plummeting all year. Oh, we're last. We are last in goals for per game. Everyone else, well, most teams are above 3? Holy shit. That is insane. We're last in goals for. What about goals against? We're right in the middle for goals against. So the defense isn't really that bad. It's the goals for. We have no offense at all. Power play percent is at 10%. I mean, it's not worse than the league, but that is not great either. Penalty kill is not a problem. We're 5th. How do we get more goals? How do we get more goals? UC Jokinen 6 points in 32 games. That is so bad, my guy. Sergei Samsonov's going up to the 2nd line. UC Jokinen, he might need to go to the 4th line. That's very bad. He's part of our problem right here. Minus 25. Holy shit, this 4th line is garbage. All right, we're putting Craig Adams. Vasicek, you got to come out. That 4th line's just too bad, dude. That's so bad. They're getting destroyed. We're just going to see if Craig Adams will help. Samsonov's up on the 2nd line now. 2 snipers. I mean, honestly, I'm not really sure what to do. We'll put Caberlet on the 1st line. Pickett come down. The defense is really garbage, but like I said, the defense isn't really the problem. It's the offense. We have no offense with these guys. Oh! We got a point! Well, and then a regulation loss. But we made it to overtime once. Yes! Oh, twice! We had to wait until 2008 before overtime was invented. So once we got to January 2008, then teams were allowed to make it to overtime. We're almost 10 games below 500. We are 10 games below 500. Wait, we literally are 10 games below 500 now. This is literally one of the worst simulations I've ever seen for a team that I control. Cam Ward has returned and will now begin to count against your salary cap. All right, this should help a little bit, maybe. But we were trash even when he was in there, so maybe not. Oh, yeah, you can only send a scratched player to the minors. Oh, gotcha. Well, unlike all the modern NHL games, this old-ass game actually has the All-Star game. Let's see which Hurricanes players made the All-Star game. I'll bet 0. Ilya Kovalchuk, Danny Briere, Danny Heatley. Boy, Daniels and Dans are running shit. Yager, Jokinen, Hossa. Eric Cole. Eric Cole made it to line 3. Look at that. Real quick, Joe Sakic with Joe Thor. The Joes are running shit in the West. Dans are running shit in the East. It's the Joe versus Dan game. Wow, 73 Rob Shrimp has made it to offensive line 3 on the All-Stars. Keith Tkachuk. We would need to go on a 10-game winning streak just to make it back to 500. And there's one. And it's over. Man, we are going to surpass 40 regulation losses, which literally has never happened to me on any NHL game in any type of simulation before. Hey, we've climbed back up the rankings a little bit in profit. All right, we are clearly sellers. So Scott Walker and Frantisek Cabriolet. Both are 34 and have 3 years left on their deals. We're going to put both these guys up. And we're going to see. We need to get a defenseman back because we don't have any defense to replace Frantisek Cabriolet. All right, we need some offense on this team. Keith Ballard is 80 overall, 25 years of age, offensive defenseman, and he's got 85 potential. Let's throw him in there. And I feel like we can replace Scott Walker with some other forward on our team. Maybe a young guy in the AHL. Maybe we sign a free agent. Maybe Joseph Vasicek gets back in there. We can replace Scott Walker. Keith Ballard is basically immediately replacing Frantisek Cabriolet. And let's see if we can steal a draft pick in this. Maybe a second. They'd have more than 40 skaters under contract. Alright, so let's go to all skaters and take somebody who's garbage. Will an AHL guy work? It did! It did, and we got a second round pick from them for that. Wow. All right, so Scott Walker and Frantisek Cabriolet have been sent off for a young offensive defenseman, a second-round pick, and just some trash guy who was there to make sure that the trade goes through. The Hurricanes are sellers. All right, we unloaded a couple players right before the trade deadline. It's not a good year for the Hurricanes. Hey, it's the 2008 Carolina Hurricanes. It wasn't great, and it's not great again. And just like that, 40 regulation losses. Unheard of. Unprecedented. Unbelievable that this team simulated 40 regulation losses. That's tough scenes, man. That's tough scenes. It's a bad look. It is too bad we traded our first round pick because we are the second worst team in the NHL. What an absolutely horrible year for the Hurricanes. Were we last in, we weren't last in goals for per game. We were second to last in goals for per game. Goals against, we were 15th. We were literally directly in the middle for goals against. The defense and goaltending wasn't really the problem. We had zero offense this year, and that's just unacceptable. We had the best penalty kill in the league. Our away record is we're terrible on the road. Can't do anything on the road. Of course, yeah, just throw another regulation loss right on top at the very fucking end. All right, let's look at the player stats from this year. They're all going to be bad. Let's see what the stats are for the second worst team in the NHL. Yeah, let's see how this is going to go. Eric Cole, 64 points is our leading point scorer. Jordan Stahl, who's, by the way, was on the third line most of the year, is second. Tuomo Ruutu. That's disappointing from Eric Stahl, man. That's not good. Rod Brind'amour, that's not good. Justin Williams, that's not good. This was our first line for most of the year right here. That is not good. Joni Pikkinen had a good year. You know, that's all I can say for this team. Minus 27 for Glenn Wesley. Minus 18 for Joni Pikkinen. Brett Hedican was a plus. Tim Gleason, Andrew Ladd, minus 31. My lord, the fourth line. UC Jokinen minus 17, minus 21, minus 30, minus 36, minus 34. Our fourth line was getting absolutely shit on all year. This is one of the worst years I've ever seen simulated by like a manual user, like a player in any NHL game. Glad you guys could be here to be a part of it. Hey, we were 14th in the team profits. We started off like 11th or something like that, when then we dropped all the way back down to 20th, and then we came back up to 14th. We were in the top 50% of the league, profit-wise, being the second worst team in the league. Our average season attendance was almost 20,000, so that's pretty good to be such a bad team. It's just that we were such a bad team. The AHL team actually did make the playoffs, so let's see what these guys can do. Oh, the AHL team advances past the first round of the playoffs. Why would I call up this guy? To what? Go golfing? Alright, series tied. It's now a best of 3 series, basically. There we go. Yikes. Fucking yikes. And just like that, 4 games in a row, the AHL team is out of the playoffs. It was a good run, fellas. I mean, at least y'all gave some sort of playoff hockey to us, but, you know, still trash. At the end of year 1, the New York Islanders have won the Stanley Cup. Just an absolutely abysmal first year for the Carolina Hurricanes. When you break 40 regulation losses, it's not going well. A lot's going to have to change if we're going to be able to make the playoffs next season. We got the draft coming up. We got re-signings. Free agency is going to be huge for us. Let's take a look at who retired. Let's see for the Hurricanes. Rod Brind'amour has retired. Curtis Joseph has retired. And Brett Hedican has retired. You telling me Glenn Wesley didn't retire? He's literally like 40. All right, well, Rod Brind'amour is out. That's a big gap out of our lineup. A 90 overall player. New York Islanders, Stanley Cup champions. The President's Trophy was the Colorado Avalanche. San Jose Sharks. New York Islanders got the Prince of Wales. Joe Thornton wins the Art Ross. Joe Sakic wins the Hart. Kimmo Timonen wins the Norris. Joe Sakic. Enver Leeson wins the Calder. Rick DiPietro with the Conn Smythe. Roberto Luongo with the Vezina. Nikolai Habibulin. Alex Tanguay with the Bill Masterton. That guy won the Jack Adams. Doug Waite won the Frank J. Selke. You can see Rod Brind'amour. Those are real life awards. Rod Brind'amour was dominant at the end of his career. Joe Sakic had a huge year, which I'm sure he pretty much always did. Why is he looking at me like that? Stop judging me, dude. Like, damn, I can feel it. The Maurice Richard went to Joe Thornton. Alright, join me for the next episode when we do the draft, the re-signing phase, and the entire offseason. We'll set it up for the year 2 simulation, which hopefully, I mean, it has to be better than this year, right? 32 and 44? It has to be better than that. There's no way I'm going to get full control of a whole offseason and then take it into the next season and get 40 regulation losses. I'm not going to allow it to happen. So be sure to stick around and see how I make it work. If I make it work. Jeez.